Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you the best way, at least my way, of creating a Skyrim character that looks exactly like a person in real life. I'm going to be recreating Christina Isn't. I'm going to be using this picture mostly to be doing it. Now, what you need, the best way to do this is to get one mod. On the Nexus mod site is the Nausicaa Studio. You're going to want that because what I like to do is take these pictures and make them into DDS files, and then you also have to make the normal maps or else it won't work. And then you can make those into the screenshots of the backgrounds in the Nausicaa Studio so that you can just put your character right in front of the picture, have the camera looking backwards so that you can see the picture, and then you can just kind of just go modeling from there, I guess you could say. That's the easiest way to do it, and I'm going to show you what I do to do it. Best way, just go to your Skyrim data folder, go to your textures, and you gotta find, if you downloaded the Nausicaa Studio, you gotta find the folder, which is right here, and then it's under Photo Studio, yep. And then you're gonna want to replace one of these seven. I've already done a few. These are for my other character I made, but just choose whichever one, like screen, this one here. Can replace this one. So to do this right, what you have to do when you save your image, you have to make the image the right size. Now, I know for a fact that a 2K by 1K resolution works. I'm not sure about anything higher or lower. It has to be that though, so we don't want to constrain proportions. Now you also have to keep in mind whatever size your image is, the aspect ratio, when you go to squish it down or blow it up a little bit, it might get stretched a certain way, so you have to just kind of keep that in mind when you're making your character's face, that you don't want to make it accidentally too wide or something, else it'll look kind of funny. So we do 2048 by 1024 and hit OK. In this case it is going to stretch it a little bit, so it's a little bit fatter, I guess you could say, but it's okay, it's gonna work. I know her face normally is pretty skinny, it's not huge. I'm gonna be using this picture, and I'm gonna put all those other pictures on a single 2K picture so that I can use that. Alright, and then when you go to save it as, of course, a DDS, and you gotta name it a certain name. I'll just put it on the desktop to make it easy to get to. I'm gonna save it as screen. Let me see how they have it. Screen 06. And that's gonna be the normal texture file. You can use like DXT1 or DXT5. It doesn't matter. I just make sure it's ARGB. That's what I like to use. Make sure I'd recommend using like just DXT1, or if you want something larger like I'm going to use, then that's fine too. Alright, then that's saved. We have to also make the normal map, which is really easy. You just have to have the NVIDIA plugin for Photoshop. And choose these settings here on the scale. Really doesn't matter. I usually use 4. And just check animate light. Check add height to normal map. Alpha, make sure it's unchanged. And usually I use average RGB for the height source. And that should be it. Just click OK. And then there you go. You have a faked, I guess you could say, normal map. So then we're just going to save this as PBS. I believe it's 06 underscore. And yeah, underscore and underscore NWS. Alright. I hope that was on the desktop. Nope. Yeah, put it in here. Move desktop. Alright. There's that one, and we'll make screen 7. We'll make screen 7 the other, like, I guess you could say, just whole bold little pictures. Easiest way to start is just go to new. And then just change this to 2038. This will also actually make it so that the image isn't obscured. We might want to do this instead of changing the actual size of the image, and then place the image on the canvas. That actually would be better than what I did before. Title, go to File, Place, and you also want to make sure you have a side image of the person, just because it makes it easier to kind of get the geometry of their face right. So we're going to use this one first, I guess. Slide it over there. And all the other ones. That's a big one. You can even just kind of use half their face, actually. Put this layer underneath. I can't even tell. I'm transforming. How big do we want this? That big? And move that back. Kind of do something like that. Doesn't really matter, as long as you kind of got a bunch of faces in the side picture. I took this off of the voice. I don't need it to be that large, just to get a good idea. I don't want to cover her face up here, because this is what we're gonna make her face look like. As close to this as possible. We don't want her smiling, because I have my mod activated right now that gets rid of the teeth. So we want to make sure that isn't a thing. Notice that her lip goes up here. In this drawing it's a little bit more exaggerated. Even here you can see it goes up. This is all important detail. Alright, so we're done with this, so we'll just save this as screen. Oh, 07 on the desktop. And gotta make sure this is all one layer. Do Control E, makes it all one layer. So then you can do this. and it should remember all the stuff from last time, but it doesn't, so you have to change everything back sometimes. Just remember these settings. And we got a pretty normal map. Hope she's okay with me doing this. Never know, she might use this herself. If it's good. Alright, now I'm basically just drag all the files we just made, these 4, into that Photo Studio folder, and just check this place. So now we have those modified screens. So now we're gonna go into the game. Alright, and then once you're in the game, just, you know, start a new one, obviously. Okay. All I do usually is choose Nord, and then I choose woman. Choose woman, and then just hit done. We'll name her Christina Isn't. And save around slot 2117 because I don't have anything on that. And we should have a... Yep, we have the key. We have clothes on, of course. I also would recommend getting a poser, like where you can pose your character so that it doesn't move around when you're trying to edit her. Makes it easier. So you don't even need to really go out of here, I believe. You can just go into... wonder where that goes. You just have to go into the studio from here. That works just fine. Just click this. And there's one of the default screens. That's screen 1. We got no sound. Ooh, I like that lens flare. It's nice. Look at that. I got an EMD, so you press the right alt in the studio to bring up the control, and you go to change studio, screen/floor, and left and right changes the screen. Or should we go backwards? This will be our huge mashup if it loads. No? Oh, there it is. Alright. Light's a bit extreme, I might move those. So this one. Things look really cool too. You can see the pixels are like bumps. Anyways, change it to the other one. There we go. I'm gonna move this light back, it's too close. I just use a no floor. Because why bother have a floor? Stands control. We want to move the high stand back. It's too close. Getting too much light. little better. Try the studio light as well. It's a bit extreme. Can change that as well. Main lights. See what we got here. There we go. It's a bit better. So many wrinkles. It's okay. It's okay. But anyways, yeah, now that we got that, we just out character, choose a pose where her head is not leaning. I'd use the standing ones, probably. First one. I think 5 is a good one. No, it is not. A faster way to do this is just to favorite these. And then you can just select them here. And make them, I usually make this 1 and 2. Just to make it quick. Try. That one's not bad. We can move our head a little bit. So that'll probably be good. Now just kind of move her next to Christina. Like, yeah, right there, I guess. And do a show race menu. Nope. Alright. So basically inside the desktop in Photoshop, after you've made all the changes to the face that you like, to get it as close to possible as her face in real life, what I do is I open up many or just a single picture of her. In this case it is the drawing of her, but this is a very, very accurate drawing. I'm looking for facial wrinkles, or very small wrinkles, to give it a little bit more shadow on the Skyrim texture itself for the women. What I'm looking at mostly is this line here by her eye. There's a little bit more of a line that goes down here, and then the one near her mouth or cheeks, there's one here, and a little bit of a shadow under her lips. That I got in the game, so I don't have to worry about that. But to do this, what I do is I just create a new layer, change the blending mode to soft light, and then I paint them on. As you can see, I already painted them on. And then I just save it out. This just adds that. I'm sorry, but my Skyrim crashed. That's why it kind of just stopped. I finished making her to the best of my ability for now. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Just to give you a rough idea of how long it's taken me to make Susan's face, it's taken me probably about a year and a half. Straight up year and a half. Yeah, so here's Susan. Now this is after a bunch of different builds and whatnot, but this is pretty good. I might change her nose a little bit. It's a little wide here. But like I said, it's always an ongoing process. So, without further ado, let's get into the game and see what she looks like.